Hello, welcome to another Gundam Battle Operation 2 video. That is the Zeta C1, and I got a match here for you, which Sync Wavy's in it along with one of his friends. But that's not why I recorded this video, because I really recorded it because this is a video that kind of shows off a little bit of the C1's capabilities and some of its weaknesses, and I did pretty alright in it too. So, and it was gonna go in this compilation video I did, but again, this kind of showcased the C1 off, so I was like, okay, I think I'll leave this one as a kind of like just this video, and I'll go ahead and link Sync Wavy's channel just in case. I'm not gonna put this man put out a video of me and this man in here and just not link to his video, which I probably should do that for some of my AQMs. I kind of miss some people there too, because some of them have gotten channels, some of them are getting a little bit bigger. So I'll help them out too when the videos come up. Yeah, the C1 easily, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions too, actually, the C1 is the best support hands down at high cost. Like easily easily. It's versatile. It has really good weapons on it. It can fly, which even though it doesn't have shock dampers, and I wish it did have some kind of shock dampers on it, the fact that it has flight anyway is still really good. I believe I've mentioned that in a long time ago video, that if supports, even if supports didn't have like the dodge roll or whatever for flight mode, the fact that they have flight is just good. It's just, you know, you can do a lot of things with flight. You can get to different locations faster. You can get at an vantage point. And with this suit, you can do a one combo. But that one combo is very specific. A lot of people want to tout it that you can just do it like easily, but it really depends. Like if you're fighting a 1v1 and you have like the range advantage, you can easily kind of pull it off. But if you're trying to in the middle of a fight, people like to shoot things that are flying above their heads. So if you try to do that, people are just going to shoot you. Like, just, oh, hey, this guy's shooting my teammate. Go away. They'll notice you have a big, long beam gun, and they realize, oh, I can shoot this thing in one shot with my instant stun rifle, and it'll drop. And then you're gone. Yeah. Ooh, right in this Mark II here. Which, hey, this thing has some melee capabilities, which is nice. It's got force injectors, and it's got 2 swings on its melee, so again, leading back into the versatility. It's got long range, mid range, and then it's got some close range capabilities too. That makes it pretty damn good. But yeah, the beam smart gun is really good. It instant stuns, it stuns uncharged, and if you charge it up all the way, it heavy staggers. And because it heavy staggers, you can stop suits with shock dampeners. You can stop suits with maneuver armor. Like I believe right here, this Humbrabi, which is I think is Sync's friend, the Omnom dude. He's gonna get stunned. And that lets everybody else follow up on him. If this suit didn't do that, he would have gotten away. Potentially have gotten away. But because the heavy staggers there, it stops maneuver armor. And, you know, if you're fighting like a Dovin Wolf, you can stop the Dovin Wolf and just completely fuck up his health with your follow-up beam gun hips that you have. Which those are some pretty good damaging, depending on the suit you're fighting. And, ooh, yeah. 5,700 something damage. That was almost 6,000 damage. But I think that Mark II was lower cost or something. But yeah, you notice I just did like a suicide charge. But hey, it worked out. Distracted those guys long enough for the GPO2 to come in, fuck up the MLRS, and then we followed up on the Mark III. And then I'm not going to get a tackle off. I might as well just take out my melee anyway and just swing at raids. That's about as good as tackling them and not getting a counter off in this game is. They fucked with the counter. I remember like you can counter people literally if you tackle somebody, or if you just press triangle to tackle and somebody hits behind you, you'll get a counter off. That doesn't really happen anymore, but they need to fix it to where if you're hitting somebody's melee like dead on, I didn't really hit the Humbrabi's melee dead on in this video, but there's some moments where, like, I'm catching a Dryson in the middle of his downswing, his long-ass downswing, and not getting a counter off. It's like, oh, come on, man, really? He's not even done. Like, he didn't even get the hit off yet. It's part of the animation. But whatever. It's part of the hitbox. But yeah, it looks like Tristan is going to get the ace, and Omnom's going to be the enemy ace. But yeah, this thing has a nice follow-up with its, like I said, the one combo it can do where it transforms. It can follow up. The beam rifle has different properties when in transformation mode, in wave rider mode or whatever. It doesn't heavy stagger, but it does get a stun off when it's fully charged. It doesn't stun uncharged, though. And the beam guns, they work like the Zeta's beam guns in transformation mode, too. And here you'll see a weakness of the C1. Because it's a support, supports don't get dodge rolls, they don't get defensive skills. So I'm trying to get a better shot on this Mark II, but he's just up my ass, and I can't really do anything about it. And because the Mark II has high melee damage, he's going to fuck me up completely and totally. But yeah, you can totally shut down a C1, like, super easily, if you just stun them. That's really all it takes. If you're not by yourself. I mean, you can probably do it, but yeah, the Mark II was like, came up on me, but if you're by yourself, you can totally handle a C1 by yourself. I guess it depends on who gets the shot first, but yeah, if you're a stun suit like a DJ, maybe like a DJ SER2, you can totally fuck up the C1. And you know, if he tries to get away, just fucking shoot him out of the sky. He doesn't have shock dampeners. But yeah, I am going to get my revenge on that Mark II, though, later on. And poor Keen's going to get fucked up by Omnom, so let's back up so I don't get fucked up. Hide behind some teammates and get ready for another heavy stagger or a charge. Nah, I'm going to do an uncharged, but that's still 3,000 damage uncharged, which is good. That's fucking fantastic. Let's see, we're at the last minute here. Has some pretty decent Vulcans too for follow-up. Believe that's Sync right there. And the Zero Shiki. Finish him off. Go for the Mark III. There we are. He's dead. So pretty good follow-up potential with the C1. You know, you can do your basic stun and swing stuff too. So that's nice. Again, versatility. It's really good with the C1. You just have to be careful who you're near, because you know, you don't really have anything to help with that. Like, if they try and stun you, you don't really have a dodge roll to follow up, so you have to be near your teammates. You have to know what the enemy has, because you don't really want to fight a Dryson without knowing that's a Dryson first. If you stumble on a Dryson, you're like, oh fuck. But yeah, you just witnessed me do a whole bunch of damage to that Mark II, and our ace is going to follow up on that and give us even more points. But yeah, that's a timeout. And we'll see what we got going on here. Mission complete. Hey, top damage. Nice. Over 100k. We all beat our rivals except for Hitman, sadly. Oh, which, by the way, I'm playing King Fode, and Hitman. And, hey, third place, 3-2. A lot of pursuit assists, which I believe that's probably what jumped me up to third place. Because, damn. But yeah, the C1. It is a pretty damn good suit. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's just, if I had to say, like, some other good supports, it used to be, like, I think the Hama used to be the best support at high cost. Because it could do some stuff that the other supports couldn't. Like, we had the MRS, which it has the big shield, but beyond that, it was kind of easy to take out if you knew what you're doing. It was mostly just stay back and shoot kind of suit. Schwarzenegger Diaz is a complete fucking joke. And I will hold on to that as long as possible. Schwarzenegger Diaz is a joke suit. It'll have its days, but it's the shitstorm Diaz. Palace-Athene, that thing should have been like a Dovin Wolf for supports. Can't think of any more at the top of my head. Oh, I guess we know we have the Zeku Eins 2 now, which are Type 2, which honestly I think it's kind of scraping up with the Hama Hama for second best support, high cost support, because the Zeku Eins is pretty versatile too, and that the way it can break maneuver armor and shock dampener suits is actually pretty fucking good. I might lean more for saying that the Zeku Eins is the second best high cost support. But that is a 550-600 suit. This suit is a 600-650 suit. The C1. And you can actually use the C1 at 650 and not feel like you're wasting your time. With the Hama Hama, it's kind of tricky to use at 650. You have to rely on your teammates heavily. Because if you try a lot of high beam resistant suits in there, especially like the Cubile, like before it got nerfed with the shoulder buffers, if you it was really annoying to charge up your shield beams and then do like 2,000 damage, and then if you try to follow up with your rapid fire gun, handgun, it would do not that much damage to say the least. It was kind of just like a waste of time, especially if like you picked MLRS too. If you try to shoot, I think I have a video, I just haven't posted it yet, where me, Honey, and Gendry and the two randoms all went Cubile, and I was fighting MLRS super easily, and he was shooting me with his missiles, which, keep in mind, the Cubile is supposed to have the lower ballistic resistance, but since I had it so high, it just did nothing to me. Like, barely any damage. It was kind of sad. But no, not with the C1 around. The C1 can keep the Cubiles in decent checks. With that heavy stagger it has, it can, it's still, even though the Cubile has high beam defense, this suit still does good enough damage to Cubiles. And of course, it has that heavy stagger, which, you heavy stagger a Cubile, and then you follow up on damage on him, and you can rack up a lot of damage on a Cubile. And it's pretty damn good. It helped quell the Cubiles. And, we actually got followed up with a bunch of other support suits, too. I mentioned the Zeku Eins Type 2. And then the Faz, which the Faz, like I said, it was like a 7 out of 10 suit. I think I said 8 possibly, but I'm going to 7 now. Especially now that the Zeku Eins Type 2 is out. That thing can easily break maneuver armor and shock dampener suits, like the Faz. So if you have the Type 2, it's super easy to take out a Faz. Or at least keep him stun locked enough to where your team can follow up on him and melee him to death. And it looks fucking terrifying. Just everybody jumping on a big giant Faz and just murdering him with knives. But yeah, C1 is still, it's definitely the best high cost support. And I hope we get some more versatile supports like we've been getting recently. Even though I say the Faz a little bit lower, it's still a completely different suit compared to a lot of the other supports, which is nice. And then of course, we got the Zeku Eins Type 2, really good suit. C1 is a really good suit. They need to keep this ball rolling with the supports. And of course, keep them in check. Eventually, if the supports get super good, well, we have raids to deal with that. The Mark II Cubile might not be OP anymore. If we have supports that can do a lot of damage to generals, and then we have generals that can do a lot of damage to raids, and then those raids can fuck up the supports. It's like a little cycle, like it's supposed to be. It shouldn't be like when you have a Schwartzem Diaz that a general walks up to you and nearly one combos you. That's not how support should be. Not at all. That shit sucks. I keep dunking on the Schwartzem Diaz every time I have a video with a support, and I'll probably won't stop anytime soon, because that is a joke of a suit. At least compared to other supports around. Fucking shitstorm Diaz. But yeah, it's going to be in this video. If you guys enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want. I'd really appreciate it. And type up in the comments section what you feel about the C1, the Zeta C1. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I absolutely love it. It is easily the best support. Now, I'll say it again, it's versatile. The flight is good, even though it doesn't have any shock dampeners. The fact that it has flight is good. The heavy stagger is good. And it's got force injectors and some decent melee on it. It's good. Hands down. Yeah. I think that's pretty much going to be it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.